Hey Cancer, and welcome back to my channel. This is The Flourishing Mystic, and I'm so happy to be here with your next 3 months ahead reading. We're going to be looking at January through to the month of March 2024. I have several decks I want to work with in this spread. These are 3 of them. I have even more, so let's get right into your reading. I'm going to set these aside for now. I feel like they are supercharged and ready to go. So Cancer, January through to March 2024, what messages do you have for Cancer? What's coming up? What's next? What should they know at this time in regards to this first part of 2024? January, you have Cowrie Shell Abundance. Okay, I'm loving these sort of beachy vibes there for Cancer. February, you have Firefly Wonder. And March, you have Crystals Achievement. Excellent. Let's look at the bottom of the deck for your underlying theme, and then we're going to start pulling more cards. You have Skull Endings. Okay, and remember, when we're talking about endings, this is always a priming time for future growth. So I wouldn't be too concerned, because look at these energies that are coming through to support you at this time. Pretty incredible. So let's dive deeper into the Cowrie Shell Abundance. What's happening for you the month of January? There's some sort of increase, or there's some sort of noticeable difference in your material circumstances. Cancer, I feel like this Mercury retrograde shadow period is really impacting me really strong, so forgive me. Okay, abundance. I see an increase, and I see some sort of noticeable difference or noticeable growth happening the month of January. They're saying read the guidebook, since this is a brand new deck. Let me share some more on this card. Maybe there's something to do with this type of shell that is significant for Cancers. Let's see. It says, welcome in abundance, because it's yours. The Cowrie, I hope I'm saying it right. The Cowrie shell has been used as currency for centuries, and people still adorn themselves with the shell in the form of jewelry and charms. Wealth is coming your way in the form of financial prosperity, leisure time, and peace of mind. You might receive an unexpected windfall, begin a fulfilling romantic relationship, or gain support from someone with valuable resources and connections. Your ability to manifest is heightened, so it's important to believe you are worthy of your desires. Remember, your hard work has not been in vain, and the abundance coming towards you is well earned. The Cowrie shell also speaks of fertility and creation, so be ready for gifts from the universe. Additional meanings, successful projects, new job offers, a fertile time, harvest season. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of energy coming through, starting with creativity. Some of you could even literally be jewelry makers, or very much interested to learn about that kind of business, what it takes. Maybe you know how to repurpose items and make them beautiful again, or make them loved and cherished again. I'm seeing someone who has this idea of opening a thrift store and repurposing items. Reselling them to people who are going to value that item. There's something about recycling, repurposing that's coming through. Let me know if that's resonating with somebody. That sounds very specific. Let's get a broader theme here going for Cancer, beloved spirit. I've always said Cancers to be very entrepreneurial. You have this entrepreneurial spirit that I feel is not typically associated with Cancer, but you're business minded. And I feel like January is a time of reaping some success. A lot of you Cancers are also very creative, and you're going to learn how to use your creativity in a way that not only brings you joy, but brings joy to other people. Like I said, there's something about you taking in something and then putting it out there. It's like a repurposing, but this could be very symbolic. This could be you tapping into a joy of yours, something that makes you happy. Like, for example, traveling and vlogging yourself, and somehow you become a major success on YouTube. Or this is some Cancer who's into gaming or some sort of hobby that actually brings you joy. It's just natural to you, it's fun to you, and somehow you earn an income from it. This is not uncommon in the days we're living in 2024. So some of you maybe don't even have the intentions of earning an income from doing a hobby, but you find that the month of January, a door opens for you in this arena of your life. It's the arena of, I'm getting the 5th house for whatever reason, but that really just means the playhouse. Okay, we're here to have a good time. We're not here forever. Some of you are going to start tapping into joy more, and this simultaneously brings in more abundance. Okay, there's some sort of shift happening in your lives. So there could be advice if Cancer, if you are not living joyfully, if you are not tapping into what makes you fulfilled or brings a sense of joy, ease, fun into your life, okay, there could be something there for you that could be a missing ingredient to, I feel like, to support you. Like something supports you as you are tapping into creativity, joy, play, fun. Okay, we'll get into this more. I have other decks that I'm just going to keep flowing and unfolding this reading as we go along. So let's look at the Firefly Wonder. It's the Wonder card. And I feel like 2024 stands out for Cancers because it feels like you do not want to hold yourself back anymore from experiencing all that you are here to experience. All the joy, all the wonder, all the adventure that is out there. There's people out there living their best lives, and you may be seeing that and witnessing that. Maybe on YouTube, watching vlogs. Vlogs is coming up strong, and you're like, you know what? Why haven't I been tapping into this kind of energy? You know what I mean? You're saying this can also be for me. This is for them, but this can also be for me too. You have a chance in the month of February to tap in even further into wonder, into bewilderment, into the unknown. So there could be a shift. You could be coming out of the matrix, coming out of that 9-to-5 grind or whatnot, and being more free-flowing or finding another outlet, another stream of income to bring you achievement and abundance. You have those two key words here. You also have the word endings. So like I said, you could be making a shift with your life, moving across the globe or something, finding a new path, forging a new path, something you've never experienced before. Okay. In March, you have achievements. There's some sort of major recognition coming in fast for Cancer. This is pretty incredible. The number 9 stands out. Perhaps the 9th of the month, okay, stands out very strongly. Achievement, okay, there's some sort of formal, maybe it's not formal, but it's some sort of recognition coming your way. And this could just be an internal recognition. That's why I said maybe not formal. Maybe there's this noticeable difference of your life and your circumstances starting in January to March. And I feel like it's going to continue for the rest of the year, God willing. I noticed in Taurus's reading, they also got this card. We have March to September. I don't know if you notice. That could be a significant time period. Also, we have the number 11. Okay, that could be November as well. I feel like this year is going to be embedded in success and achievement, and you continuing to follow your dreams and your passions. The Wonder card is wondering about the possibilities. Okay, wondering about what else is out there for Cancer, really pondering your life. You could get this download or this understanding in the month of March that you have a real talent that maybe you haven't been capitalizing on, or for the Cancers who have already started this process. There's going to be a real possibility for growth here in the month of January. And you start to see in February, what else? If this is possible, what else? How do I keep unfolding and going down this enchanted path? Life starts to become more enchanting for you, exciting, wondrous are the words coming through for Cancer. No longer is it mundane. No longer is it about doing the average thing. Something about 2024 is extraordinary for you. So let's get into January, February, March for Cancers here. January, February, March for Cancers here. So, King of Cups coming in strong for January. Look at that ocean energy. Some of you want or need to be closer to a body of water or a lake, an ocean. That would be so wonderful if you can get by an ocean in the month of January. Some of you may be traveling or making plans. Some of you realize how important sunlight, water, nature is for your soul. Okay. There's something to do with seashells or the ocean that is a part of your purpose and your plan. Some of you want to live a more simple life. A simple life that ironically is more full of life itself, of joy itself. Some of you are simplifying or becoming a minimalist or something. You could be teaching about minimalism. I don't know what this is exactly, but some of you want to simplify your life in order to experience the most out of it, if that makes sense. Some of you may want to, like I said, maybe move to a place if you can where the cost of living is cheaper and you want to have this new experience. I feel like you don't have like an end date in mind or a specific time of how much time you want to live there, but you're open to possibility at this time. The King of Cups, for those who that doesn't resonate with, because once again I'm getting very specific messages, so if it doesn't resonate, I'm going to ask for more general messages, a bird's eye view, so I can connect to more Cancers out there. Okay, so be patient with me. King of Cups is also a very free-flowing, creative, spiritual, coveted energy. Your energy is a sacred source of inspiration. You have a lot of light to share with others, a lot of creativity. So you have a lot to offer people, places, and opportunities, and hence opportunities are going to flow to you in abundance. That's what the King of Cups is. It's having a lot to give, pour out into something. And I feel like your cup also gets full in the month of January, which is specific. Like your cup gets full this month, which is important. Maybe that cup has been empty or dry, or maybe you've been viewing that cup as the cup half full, rather the cup half empty. Now you're going to start to see it as the cup half full, and it's just going to start to be overflowing. There's a shift in your vibration. Wow, you have the Queen of Cups in February. Very interesting how these two, this pair is coming through. Very symbolic. There's a surrendering to your divine plan. It's like, I give up on trying so hard to fit into the 9 to 5. Maybe like something just no longer works for you or suits you, or you realize there's a dead end somewhere in a relationship or a job. You realize you're not going anywhere and you want more from life. I feel like there's a surrendering. Like, universe, I surrender at this point. There's not much more here I can do. For those of you who haven't yet made that shift, like I said, we're tapping into different scenarios for different cancers out there. You all have a unique birth chart. But it's like I see someone saying, you know what, God, take the wheel at this time. Show me my next steps. Where am I meant to go? How am I meant to utilize my energy that not only supports myself, but adds something bright and brilliant to this universe? I know I have something in me to give. What is that thing? You're surrendering maybe a plan you came up with a long time ago that no longer fits or is outdated. You've outgrown it. You could be cutting ties to a person, place, or thing. Remember, when we prune energy, it gives us an opportunity for new growth. Okay, new growth. Let's get into March. Wow, the World card. Okay, I have to stop saying wow so much in readings, but you know, when I get blown away, I get blown away. I can't help it. The World card and the Achievement card, very fitting, very fitting. Some of you really truly want to travel the world, and that's a part of achievement in and of itself. You may be crossing off things to do on your bucket list, you know, instead of waiting for retirement, okay, or some winning the lotto or something. Somehow you start making plans to live the life you actually want to live. You're no longer waiting or delaying or putting off certain major goals. And you have both goals and life purpose. They're a little bit different. Goals are what are sort of in our immediate future, things that we can cross off our to-do list, things that we can achieve. Life purpose is a larger, broader mission that continues to evolve and grow and blossom as you go along. And I see both here for you. I see some goals and I see a larger plan, a destiny with the World card, what you're meant to do, how you're meant to show up coming through, and how that's going to evolve. And it's like this ever blossoming process that you are a part of, not necessarily in control of. Goals are things we can write down and say, okay, today I'm going to clean the house, or I'm going to exercise today. I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 2 months, or whatever the case is. These are things that are in our power of control to do. Life purpose is a little larger. It's like it's a co-participation, a co-creation with the universe itself that is going to guide you. It could transform over time. It could develop. It could evolve. I see that here. Gorgeous. Give us more for Cancer, January through to March. January through to March 2024 for Cancers. I'm going to split the deck just like that. Fulfillment. beautiful, Cancer. Fulfillment. Look at that ripe, juicy peach. Look at that full moon. Full moon being very much tied in and associated with Cancerian energy. Look at all this water and beachy energy and fullness and ripeness that's starting to happen in the month of January. How is this manifesting in your life, Cancer? I'm connected to some really prosperous, fulfilled Cancers, or you will be. And for some of you Cancers, if you're not feeling this yet, tarot readings can be timeless at times. There's certain messages that maybe by next January, this is going to come into fulfillment. But for a lot of Cancers, this is happening as we speak. This is live. So there's some growth. There's some, I'm getting the word fruition and fruits of your labor coming through with the fulfillment card. And what did I say about the Cowrie shell? How some of you are tapping into your own personal creativity and joy. What makes you you? What brings you joy? What brings you fulfillment and satisfaction? You got the fulfillment card to validate, okay? Validate what I was saying here earlier. In you doing something that fulfills you, you get taken care of by the universe. It may require a leap of faith. It may require a shift. It may require an ending. It may require you to leave what was once perhaps even secure. Something that could have been secure for you, but wasn't fulfilling, wasn't filling up your cup. You make a shift into new territory or something that brings you joy, and you get taken care of. In a much deeper way and material way. You have both. So you got the change card. Change card in the February position. And that ties in beautifully with the firefly energy. There's a connection to above and beyond you, or you being open to a shift or a change here, with that surrender card of the Queen of Cups and the allowance. It's like I feel like you're flowing with life, not against it. You're being open to where you're being led and guided. Some of you Cancers have no personal agenda of your own. You just want fulfillment. That's your only request. Fulfillment, and that your needs, your security is being met and taken care of. And I feel like it's going to be taken care of more than you even anticipate or expect. You have achievements, and look at that, you have new beginnings. So the World card is a cycle completed and a new one beginning here simultaneously in the month of March. What's beautiful is we have the spring equinox around this time. We have the sign moving into your fellow cardinal sign of Aries. That's a major shift happening for you. A new horizon, new territory you have not yet explored coming in the month of March. Gorgeous. So I did a love portion of the reading for the other signs, and I'm going to do it for you as well. Let's get into love for January through to the month of March for Cancers. I ask that, you know, if a message comes through in any portion of this reading, you just take it with a grain of salt. If something fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Sometimes I get messages that are very personal, specific. Sometimes the messages are broad and fit with like a lot of Cancers at once. So just be patient with the messages coming through. All right, January through to March for Cancer. What's coming up in love for Cancer? What should we know at this time? Okay. Healing family issues coming up in January. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. You could be doing forgiveness work in the month of January. Like, you know, you have the King of Cups. You could be undergoing a major spiritual transformation and shift, and you realize forgiveness is a key component as well for you to finally just be able to let go, lift some heavy weight off your shoulders and your heart and your mind and your spirit and your soul. You want to be free. And you know that holding on to bitterness, rage, resentments kind of just bog you down and keep you feeling heavy, keep you feeling weighted and stuck in a place that you may not want to be in. A lot of you want to free yourself so you can tap more into joy. Okay. Wayne Dyer always used to say that, he quoted the line, "Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it." Mark Twain. You have this realization that you can no longer hold on to the past, no longer hold on and be burdened in your present moment by what didn't work out in love or career or life overall. Maybe your parents weren't the best to you. Maybe they weren't the best parents. You're forgiving them so you can actually move on and maybe forge a family of your own, have a family of your own. You don't want to be limited by what your parents did or didn't do. There's that kind of energy coming through. Now, in the month of February, you have Make the Effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So there's change, right? Coming in the month of February. There's this free fly energy, which is like anything is possible. Queen of Cups, surrendering. Maybe you surrender to a new connection and say, okay, God, if this is meant to come into my life at this time, maybe this is something I'm meant to experience. You always use your discernment. If this feels innocent and pure and right, you want to follow that. If it feels heavy and it feels familiar to something that was toxic in the past, that's probably not, the right person. The right person is the person you feel in your gut who is worth giving your love to, pouring into, making the effort with. So there could be a beautiful connection coming through. You do have the King and the Queen of Cups. Now, for whatever reason in March, you have the codependency card. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Take that with a grain of salt. Cancer, if there's a person that maybe is too overbearing, doesn't give you the space to fly, to blossom, to be all that you can be, just be mindful of that. That could be a part of the endings. Maybe breaking toxic cycles in love so you can truly live this joyous, wonderful life you're meant to be. Maybe the focus shifts away from love for January to March. It kind of feels that way. Okay, so I don't want to disappoint any Cancers, but it does feel like you could be extra, perhaps choosy. You may not just want to be focused on love at this time if you feel like it may hold you back in other areas of your life. This could be a time period where you're more focused on your spiritual growth and evolution and what's next on your divine path. If love comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Codependency is a reminder of that. Maybe you read, that book, Codependency No More. There could be some insight into there and how that may have affected your love life in the past. Maybe you read that book and some knowledge and info is now embedded in your mind and you're like, I will no longer be making that mistake again of over giving to a person or a situation that just doesn't reciprocate, doesn't appreciate, doesn't even want it, or didn't even ask for it to begin with. You know what I mean? Sometimes we give our love to people who never even asked for it to begin with. So there could be like some real growth here in your love life is what I'm getting overall. Let's tune into your divine door message. I love this deck. It's so charming, enchanting, very fitting for Cancerian energy. A card flipped out and it's Change Beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. Change beckons today. The change happens today. As I'm filming this, the month of January, start tapping into more fulfillment and joy. Maybe don't even have an expectation of this bringing you abundance. Or actually, I'm getting the message, re-say that. You could have the expectation that your joy brings you not only fulfillment, but abundance as well. Okay, they wanted me to really clarify and specify that. Sometimes I get downloads so fast and it's hard to translate. So know that you don't have to be the starving artist. You could be the thriving artist. We need to shift our thoughts and our beliefs. There's power in your beliefs. So if you've been unkind to yourself, if you've been speaking poorly over your life circumstances right now, it's time to shift that and say, I don't need to be the starving artist. That's not an identity I resonate with. I'm letting go of that. I'm now the thriving artist, okay, or the thriving entrepreneur. You fill in the blanks. You shift your consciousness, sub and conscious, of who you are, what you're meant to do, and how you can prosper from it. Very important. Okay, now your underlying theme is the Skull card, endings. Very interesting. I'm going to read it for you. The skull appears when endings are at hand. It's a powerful symbol of mortality, but this card also symbolizes the circle of life, both endings and how those endings birth new beginnings. You could be experiencing the end of a relationship, job, or phase in your life. It's imperative that you give yourself space to grieve this ending. Allow the time and space to accept it and process your emotions. Whether it is welcome and has been a long time coming, or is sudden and unexpected, change is often uncomfortable, but this symbol is urging you to look at endings with a different perspective. The plants pictured growing from the skull vase on this card symbolize the growth that can occur after the ending. Endings act as fertile ground for whatever you decide to plant next. Give yourself grace as you experience these transitions and prepare for a fresh start. An additional meaning is accepting the things you cannot change. Very powerful message. So keep that in mind as you are going and moving through the next 3 months. Your pathway forward is shifting. You're more aligned. You get the understanding of a lot of things of the past, and you're welcoming in new beginnings. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I love reading your comments. I love connecting with you. If you like this reading, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more readings coming up. Until next time.